2013, become named interim head coach of USC basketball. Let me talk to the audience. Were you considered in the process back in 2005, but now that you finally became the head coach of USC basketball in 2013, even though it was an interim tag, just talk more about the prestige of being the head coach of USC basketball.
Oh man, what an honor! But what a job with a lot of responsibility. You don't realize how much goes into that until you're the man making the decisions and everybody's
Hmm.
coming to you, and you have to really be organized and dissect your time to what's most important, which was my practice plan and making sure that we were ready for practice and the game planning. You get pulled here. Pac-12 Network wants you to interview at this time, and ESPN wants you, and so and so this,
Hmm.
so and so booster wants to say hello, and this and that. Then I remember when Pat Hayden called me and said we want to officially hire or interview you for the job full time, and it was the week of UCLA, and I said, Pat, do you think we could do it next week? I said, I'm like, what am I doing here? Wait, no, of course I'll interview. Like you're so busy, it's just crazy how it controls your life. But it was a lot of fun. I mean, we beat UCLA at UCLA, and they won the Pac-12 that year. We won. We beat Arizona at home. We won at Stanford. We beat Washington State. Oregon State was my first win, and we went 9-9, and it was just a great experience. But it just we didn't finish out strong. We lost the first round of the tournament to Utah, and they were still considering me all the way down the stretch. And then Andy Enfield makes this splash
Hmm.
at Florida Gulf
Gulf
Coast.
Coast,
He
yeah.
becomes the hot guy, and they didn't even know his name until 2 weeks after the tournament started, and they flew down and met him, and then they offered him the job. I remember Pat calling me at home and says, "Bob, we feel bad. You've been good to us for so many years, but we found a guy, and it's going to be Andy, and blah 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 blah." So that's just kind of how it worked out. But during that time frame, half a season, it's a whole different deal. People actually recognize you in LA. You go to dinner, you go down in Manhattan Beach, and people, hey coach, and this and that, and you're sitting there in the Staples Center, and there's 18,000 people, and there's two guys standing up, you and the other head coach, and you're just kind of going, wow, this isn't Pastor Robles High
Hmm.
School. This is a whole different deal. But for me, it was full circle because I started working those UCLA basketball camps, and I
Yeah.
started, but I met Coach Wooden and stuff. So for me to get a chance to coach against UCLA and to beat them was in their brand new facility too. That was really really cool. But yeah, that was a great experience. Unfortunately, that off season there was, I think, one or two jobs that opened, Cal State Fullerton and I think Pacific. That was the only two jobs that opened in the whole West Coast for head jobs. So there was nothing that I could get. And so then, I ended up taking an assistant job at Texas El Paso, interviewed for a couple more jobs the next 2 years, and was runner up, right there to get them, and didn't get them. And then time ticks away, and you've got all this great experience and a nice looking resume, but timing has to hit, everything has to come together, to get one. But it was definitely enjoyable. I think about it all the time. Met a lot of great people. I'm doing the games, and Steve Kerr was doing our games on Fox. He hadn't even been
Hmm.
coaching yet in the Warriors, and I'm meeting with Coach Kerr before and after the games and talking strategy. And then I think a year later is when he got the job with the Warriors. We've seen what he's done, but you're just meeting so many people in the media. A lot of these people now that are real successful in the media, they were kind of just starting out with the Pac-12 network and doing local games in LA. Like Lindsay Soto and
Yeah.
people like that. So yeah, no, it was an honor and a privilege, and I got a lot out of that experience. I always feel like I'm part of the Trojan family.